Hey guys, it's Uttara and welcome to the 6th episode of Clueless, the podcast where I discuss the world's unsolved mysteries, theories, conspiracies, and anything like that. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the death of famous Hollywood superstar Marilyn Monroe. So let's get started. Now first, I'm going to give you the basic details of what happened. Now her date of death was 5th August 1962. She was found on her bed with a telephone receiver in one hand and a bottle of Nembutal beside her in her penthouse in Brentwood, LA. Now the original cause of death was given as probable suicide due to drug overdose. But 55 years later, conjectures began to go around about what may have actually happened, which now brings us to the theories of this case. Theory number 1, the Kennedys' involvement. Marilyn Monroe had been invited by the Kennedys for a birthday party where she also performed for them, and exactly 2.5 months later, she was found dead. Now, was this a coincidence? Some people don't think so. The names of John F. Kennedy, the president at that time, and Robert F. Kennedy, his brother, have been mentioned a lot in theories about her death. In fact, in 2007, filmmaker Philip Mora found some partially redacted FBI documents where it says that JFK and Robert Kennedy, who were both rumored to have an affair with Marilyn Monroe, may have had a more complicit plot to induce her suicide. Now, another interesting point about this theory is that apparently Marilyn was considered a liability by some people, including maybe the Kennedys, because she had a little red book with her in which she used to record her conversations with the Kennedys, which involved highly confidential government information being recorded. Now, the reason I believe this theory is because it's not the first time someone from the government is trying to silence someone because they have information about the government which could potentially maybe ruin their image in the public's eyes. With that being said, let's move on to the next theory. Theory number 2, the mafia's involvement. Now, this theory mainly accuses two people. The first one is Robert Kennedy on the allegations of Bernard Spindle, who's a wiretapper. Now, for those of you who don't know what a wiretapper is, it's basically a person who taps into your conversations. He can listen to everything you say and all your conversations. And Bernard Spindle claims that he was told to bug Marilyn Monroe's house on the orders of Jimmy Hoffa and Sam Gianca, who were both mafias. Now, despite alleged sightings, Robert Kennedy claims that he was in San Francisco at the night of Marilyn Monroe's death. But Bernard Spindle claims that he heard them fighting through his setup, and he heard them fighting and followed by a loud bang at the end, which was believed to be the moment of death. Now, these recordings have been apparently seized and destroyed, which is why you can't find them anywhere right now. The second person who was accused was Sam Gianca, the mafia, who wanted Marilyn dead because she threatened to blow the lid of his operation. Now, like I said, the two people involved, both of them have plausible cause. Robert Kennedy because Marilyn had too much information, and for Sam Gianca, the thing is Marilyn was known to have been involved in drugs. And when you're involved in drugs, you have to be involved with drug dealers, which may have led to her involvement with the mafia, Sam Gianca. Now, like I said, she threatened to blow the lid of his operations, which is why they might have gotten into some sort of argument and he might have gotten her dead. Now, let's move on to the last and final theory, theory number 3. Did Marilyn actually have too much information? Now, this theory is proposed by Dr. Stephen Greer, who says that the CIA might have murdered Marilyn Monroe because she knew the truth about the UFO Roswell crash. Now, for those of you who don't know, this crash occurred in mid-1947, where apparently a United States Army balloon had crashed into a ranch at Roswell. Now, the people around there actually said that it wasn't a balloon, it was actually some sort of flying disc or a UFO that had actually crashed. But the government silenced it, saying that no, it's just an army balloon, nothing else. But later on, people found out that apparently JFK had told Marilyn that he had witnessed things from outer space at some sort of a secret base around there. Now, I have two reasons for why the government wanted to silence Marilyn. The first one is that telling your public, that you have found proof of some sort of extraterrestrial life or vehicle obviously will cause some sort of public panic or chaos, and especially this coming from someone else and not the government, it would kind of double the impact on them. second point I would say is that the government already lied to the people, saying that it was just an army balloon, and for them to later find out that it was actually a UFO, the people we know would get enraged, angry, upset, and basically it would show the government in bad light, and maybe just title them as liars. So maybe that was one of the reasons why the government wanted to silence her, and which is why I guess they got together with the CIA to sort of, I guess, have her murdered. And those were the theories for this video. Do I think the Kennedys had some sort of involvement? Yes, I definitely do think that they were somehow a part of this case. But maybe they were involved directly, maybe they weren't involved directly. Who knows? I guess we'll never know what happened. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to click on that like button. Comment down below what you thought about this case, what you thought about the theories, and of course don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.